working in the spirit of the Golden Empire. This is 17 News at noon.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us. I'm Nicole Gitsky. Well, new at noon, Assistant Bakersfield Police Chief Joe Mullins has been placed on administrative leave. According to an internal departmental memo received by KGET, Mullins is under investigation connected to an incident of workplace violence. The memo said on June 23rd, the department received anonymous emails that included informal complaints of workplace violence but provided few details. Yesterday, a formal request was submitted for an investigation regarding that same incident. Police Chief Greg Terry said in the memo, quote, "All complaints involving our workplace are taken seriously and will be objectively and thoroughly investigated." The department's other assistant chief, Evan DeMesithas, is also on administration leave under the investigation in an unrelated incident. Well, now to the latest on the coronavirus here in Kern County. 113 new positive cases of coronavirus and 6 deaths were reported today by Public Health. Now, since March, 76 people have died from coronavirus here in Kern County. Almost 4,800 positive cases have been confirmed. 104 people are hospitalized for treatment. Just under 1,200 are self-quarantined at home. Over 56,000 residents have tested negative for the novel virus. 700 tests are still pending. Well, addressing concerns about hospital capacity, Public Health Director Matt Constantine said the rate of new cases has been consistent and predicted that even during Kern County's peak, hospitals won't be overwhelmed. Now, according to Constantine, Kern has 850 hospital beds available and 71 intensive care beds as well. He said 157 total beds are likely being used. Constantine said, based on projections, hospitals won't exceed overall capacity, even when Kern's cases possibly peak in February, but we're on track to pass the ICU capacity in late July, then again in November. Governor Gavin Newsom announced sweeping new regulations for California to help stop the spread of COVID-19. 19 counties who have been on the state's watch list for 3 days, including Kern, have been ordered to close businesses with indoor operations. That includes bars, wineries, dine-in restaurants, movie theaters, family entertainment centers, zoos, museums, and card rooms. Outdoor operations will still be allowed. The new guidelines are expected to stay in place for at least 3 weeks, according to Newsom. The new guidelines come as the state has seen a surge in COVID-19 cases in recent weeks. Welcome back. Time now is 12:30. Now, police are investigating a shooting in South Bakersfield. At about 1:40 this morning, officers responded to a shooting at Ivy Tray and Monitor Street. Officers found one man at the scene who had been shot. Police say his wounds are minor and he's expected to survive. BPD says the shooter ran from the scene. Now, right now, there isn't a description of that suspect. An investigation is still ongoing, and we will bring you the latest updates as soon as we get them. Now, a man is behind bars this afternoon for murder and arson in Ridgecrest. Now, yesterday morning, officers responded to a residential structure fire near Ridgecrest Boulevard and China Lake Boulevard. They found the interior of the home engulfed in flames. Kern County Fire worked to extinguish those flames and found a female who had died in the home. During the investigation, officers determined that female was a victim of homicide before the home was lit on fire. Officers arrested George Richard Smith Jr. on murder, arson, and felony evading. The loss of that home is estimated to be worth $180,000. And a man is in trouble with the California City Police, Jonathan Renee. He's accused of various crimes and engaging in illicit sexual acts with a minor. Renee was booked into Kern County Jail, but was released after posting bail. An investigation is still ongoing. If you have any information about Renee, call California City Police. And Bakersfield police need your help finding 2 men accused of sexual assault in central Bakersfield. Police say they're wanted for questioning over a sexual assault that happened just over a week ago. It happened near the corner of 17th and Union. Police say the 2 were last seen in a newer Model 4 black Mercedes-Benz. Now, a day full of difficult decisions for Kern County supervisors. First, the proposed $3 billion county budget. Spending cuts to cover a $56 million deficit could soon be felt across the board for most county departments. Now, Kern leaders anticipate key revenue sources like hotels and sales tax will be way down this year, largely due to the coronavirus pandemic. To close the revenue gap, most departments will have to absorb a 7.5% budget cut. Spending on county libraries slashed by 22%. Only 8 branches are expected to open in the next fiscal year. Board Chair Leticia Perez addressed what comes next for Kern.
Our libraries, our critical services, all the things that make us a county and give us a life are going to be diminished in this process. It is our reality. We have to accept it and be as gracious and forthcoming and think about the county as a whole.
As it stands now, the Sheriff's Office will not see any budget cuts. Community members wishing to weigh in on the budget can do so during the public hearing slated for August 3rd and 4th. The board is not expected to officially vote on that budget until late August. COVID-19 couldn't put a stop to Oleander's first Pride Walk and Cruise. People dressed up and decorated their cars as they passed through the historic Oleander Sunset neighborhood in Bakersfield. Organizers say the idea to do this came out of one person wanting to decorate the world for World Pride Day. Now they decided to expand on that idea and turn it into a walk and cruise too.
We're so proud of our neighbors, and this is such a diverse neighborhood, and all we want to do is make sure that everyone in our neighborhood knows that they're supported, and everyone in our community knows they're supported.
Many large pride parades across the country were canceled due to COVID-19. Now, the Centers for Sexuality and Gender Diversity has a new director. The board of directors for the center announced today that Natasha Pickney will be their new executive director. This change helps fulfill their goals set back in February of 2019 to better support the expansion of services to Kern County's LGBTQ community. With Pickney, the center is excited to continue strengthening connections between the LGBTQ community and Kern County. Welcoming the public back, the BMOA has made some changes to meet new guidelines in place. The museum has implemented social distancing markers, hand sanitizing stations, increased cleaning schedules, and mask wearing. According to the museum, COVID-19 impacted their revenue. They ask for any donation to support the work they continue to do. Also today, a local nonprofit wants to make sure your pets stay safe this 4th of July. Pet Matchmaker is teaming up with Subaru for free microchips. The nonprofit will be doing microchipping at their firework booth on Callaway in Rosedale, starting today through the 4th. Now, the program is free to anyone. For more information, visit petmatchmaker.org.